Hi, we're Kane'd, and you're watching 3D Dead Diaries. Woo! That was amazing.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Welcome back to 3D Dead Diaries. Of course, we had a little delay in putting out more videos. The reason we did that was because obviously we've got the feature-length documentary Raising the Dead. It's out on DVD next week, UK and US, slowly rolling out to Amazon.com, iTunes, etc. And also we have the London premiere screening. For those of you who prefer to watch it in little bite-sized chunks like this on the internet for free, we're going to start rolling out the videos again very, very soon.
My favourite part in the film that I've seen so far, editing, was the trailer, the short trailer, and Kane'd, their song in it, when all the zombies are coming and attacking the house. That's probably my favourite bit. That music's amazing.
We were born in the land of rock, which is in Wales.
Near Rocktown.
Near Rockville. Rockness, monster.
The great thing today was I met Kane'd, the band that is doing the music for all the soundtracks for the movie.
We've been everywhere, pretty much toured like nearly the whole of Europe. We've been to quite a few countries. We recorded half the album in
Florida.
Palm Beach.
I just met Kane'd. They're brilliant. I have to say they've got like the best fashion sense I've seen in a long time. They've got awesome boots, awesome hair. Just, you know, they're just pretty cool, really.
We're just a really awesome band. You need to know about us. Our album, our first album is going to be out very, very soon. Buy it. Yes, you need to buy it, download it, whatever.
It's called. Don't download it illegally. That's naughty. It can be addictive.
The album is going to be called Beautiful but Tragic.
Because we're beautiful, but also very tragic.
One area that I'm being constantly asked about by people is what's going to happen with the music for this film, what are we doing with the music for this film. The first thing I think we should talk about is the band Kane'd. There are also going to be zombies in the film. We're going to be doing a zombie-related music video for them, and it'll all tie in really nicely.
We first got to hear about the film through the director, Samuel Victor. He approached us at a gig that we were doing in France, which he happened to be there at the same time. Stalker, yeah. Basically, he came and spoke to us after the show, we kept in touch, and he made us aware of this film. He needed a band to do a song for the film.
And we were perfect.
Yeah, not just any
he said
band.
he wanted us just rolled from there. Only we would do. Yeah.
How many bands did you try to get off it? Something like that?
Like 37 million bands and they picked us. So yeah, we're obviously amazing.
Myself and Jack, we were in Paris on a business meeting. The week before that, we'd actually put out a call. We needed a song for the opening section of the film. We'd had 37 bands respond. Some real talent, some great bands, some wonderful music, but just none of it was right. And we were sat in this bar in Paris thinking, what are we going to do? Coincidentally, this band, Kane'd, were playing, and I was after a really kind of rocky, high-tempo track from a British band, so the likelihood of finding a kind of rocky alternative band from Britain when I'm in a venue owned by Disney and in Paris, I thought was fairly low. But we were in there and this band started performing, and we just looked at each other and went, this band are amazing, we love them, we have to get them, this is the band that we want, they're incredible.
We were really, really excited actually, because we're all really into zombie films, and obviously we've all seen the original, and we just thought it was a really exciting thing to be part of. We actually jumped around the room and we've done what we did.
Well, they did.
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
What kind of dance was it?
You were dead.
We
It
were
was kind of like Gangnam Style. It was kind of something like you should never see.
The opening scene is a beautiful piece of cinema, gorgeously framed still shots of road with a car twisting and turning down the road, and a very famous piece of library music. When trying to come up with a way to maybe update or modernise it, we thought, well, can we make it a little bit more engaging for the viewer, but still keep what made the original scene great? Well, maybe we have some close-up shots of the people in the car, what's going on in the car, then go back to another wide shot. Maybe have some moving shots, things like that. And another thing that I thought was that the music, the library music, brilliant though it is, it makes people aware of, this is a film, I'm watching a film. And they're not necessarily relating to the characters inside the car and their journey. So my idea was to have the music that's playing over the opening sequence actually being kind of more organic to the scene on the radio of the car. The first sign that something is wrong in the film is when the radio reception goes out, and if they're listening to music in the radio in the car, what kind of music would they be listening to? Something a bit more contemporary, a bit up-tempo, but also with the lyrics of the song and the feeling of the song. Let's have it a little bit kind of apocalyptic, or at the very least kind of foreshadowing. Everything's not quite right, everything's not quite as it seems, something might be about to go wrong. But without going, zombies.
Samuel had been, very in-depth about what he wanted from the song for the film, and he gave us, a really good direction to start with. We kind of just got together then and started smashing out some ideas, still continuing to talk back and forth with Samuel just to make sure we were going down the right track.
He was directing us.
Yes, he was directing us.
That's what he does.
Essentially what I did was I wrote a paragraph, but I also sent across kind of 3 songs which were similar to the kind of tempo and the kind of style that I was looking for, and some guidance on the lyrics. And they got back to me with the demo. Incredible, it was brilliant. We played it for a lot of the producers, a lot of the investors, people involved with the film. Everybody loved it. Did some minor rewrites on some of the lyrics to fit the theme of the film even closer, and also suggested a guitar solo in the breakdown. And that guitar solo actually is based on the original opening notes of the iconic music. So those kind of fans who are annoyed with the fact that we haven't got the original music, hopefully that will placate them a little bit, that we've at least given it a nod and we've said, yeah, okay, yeah, here's the Night of the Living Dead music.
Come on, Sharon, you've got to answer one question. It's called Alive.
Let's not sound like that.
Alive by Kane'd. It's being played at the beginning of the film, and it's an awesome song, really, really good, and they've got an album coming out soon.
The lyrics to Alive are...
About staying alive, maybe?
apart from the obvious. It's about, everyday struggles with, life and moving on from, changes that happen, from when you're young and, facing the world in a different kind of way and managing to survive, all the feelings.
Should start that again, because you did go,
Take 2.
In the original film, you have probably 2 different sections, if you like, of soundtrack. There's library music, and there's also soundscapes. Quite often they're inside the living room, but they can hear crickets from outside and noises of the zombies moving around, and that really added to the atmosphere. Obviously a lot of modern horror film doesn't even have score. It has kind of drones, kind of ethereal sounds, low frequency noise to unsettle people. Sections of the original which really do work are the soundscapes and the ambience. It shows that the people inside the house really aren't thinking about what's inside the house. They're always in the back of their mind, they think about what's going on outside the house. Really was before its time in showing the inner psychology of the characters through soundtrack. That's not to say, however, that there won't be any orchestrated score as an homage to the original, using library music so famously. I thought, well, can I find some modern library music that will fit these scenes? I discovered a website of the composer Kevin MacLeod. We're privileged to be using some of his music, which I've picked as library music as an homage, but I think also hopefully we'll be getting some originally composed music by Kevin as well, because he's just fantastic.
Kevin MacLeod is writing the score, and Kevin MacLeod did the music for Martin Scorsese's film Hugo.
Whilst talking about music, it makes sense to briefly mention that recently I was privileged enough to interview Charlotte Church, heavily involved and done great work with the Leveson inquiry, which obviously our film has a deep political undertone and talking about the media and can you believe everything that you're told and everything that you're fed. Also, of course, Charlotte was this, you know, amazing child prodigy grown up in the eye of the media, and of course Night of the Living Dead was, you know, a child star being thrust into the public eye in you know, a film that's very much not for children, with the character of Karen. So I was very keen to talk with Charlotte about those and other issues, and I actually conducted a whole kind of 8 or 9 minute interview with Charlotte. You can watch the whole interview, youtube.com/Samuel Victor TV. For this section, talk about music, I think it would make sense to show a quick clip of Charlotte talking about her current single. It's called How Not to Be Surprised When You're a Ghost.
It's about death, essentially. Just kind of a way to portray that wouldn't be too gothic. Yeah. And so we kind of did it like, you know, that possibly if you died, you would go back to that childlike state of absolute innocence and you know, being really pure and to have pure joy at times and, you know, uncomplicated, and that was kind of the thought behind the video. It's also it's originally taken from an idea in a Nabokov novel, Pale Fire, and it's taken from the poem at the start. There's a 999 line poem which is cyclical, so it's ever going round, and it's basically about that all time exists at once. So when you die, all time exists at once. So everybody who is still living and everybody that you've ever known will be there. Everybody who's passed away will be there. So, you know, everybody is there. Everybody you've ever known is there. And that in itself will have its own problems, will create its own problems, whether there was somebody who was still alive, who was your romantic partner, and you also had a romantic partner and they died, or whatever. You know, just to have everybody you've ever known exist in one place at one time will present its own problems. And whether you can make that work or not is your heaven or your hell. Yeah. It's kind of the idea where the song kind of came from. And then if with that in mind, if you listen to like the lyrics in the second verse, then they kind of make a little bit more sense.
Oh, I think that's really
yeah. But I suppose there could be certain parallels drawn. I mean, I'm not very well versed in zombies. Maybe I should watch some films.
It's never a very humble thing to bring up, but I do get a small but persistent amount of people sending me questions. He actually had a very brief solo career, released songs with R. Kelly and D12, a small but dedicated fan base who keep asking me, am I going to be rapping on this film? The answer is, of course, no. No, absolutely not. That would not be suitable, it would not fit the mood of this film. We will be releasing an official soundtrack CD, and on that I'm sure we will squeeze in an original track or two, hopefully with my really good friend, the incredibly talented Benny Silva. Very, very briefly, just because we're doing music, and I promise this will not happen in any more of these videos. Here is a short clip of myself and the amazing Benny Silva freestyling on set, just in case it looks egotistical, putting such a thing on a video. To preface it, here is a fun little clip of Kane'd essentially just taking the mick out of me and bringing me down a peg or two. Thanks guys, love ya.
Victor, who's a very talented director
and sexy.
It's something he's involved.
Very sexy.
There is no experience like working with Sam. He's absolutely incredible. He's definitely better than everyone. He's really good fun.
Let's cut off this dry. The chills that man.
Especially when he raps.
It's not weird when he gets naked though.
It's hilarious.
I like the whole free thing.
But we've just accepted it now. It's part of who he is. Yeah.
Why don't you drop your own shit? Own this, some people want this, own this. You can pick up the phone and phone this. Now you wanna place the onus on me. I'd be unlikely to succeed in the eyes of society. It's a mental patient who hasn't been dismissed from section 3. It's been 12 years but I was hooked on ecstasy, and now it must be. Trust me, the reason that they lusty is because they like the way I bust the R.A.P. not R.I.P. I ain't got HIV but I'm still sick. Samuel Victor, come and spit this shit.
When I'm drunk I'll say in spite of my girl you're the light of my world. So drunk she pukes up the wall like a Spider-Man hurl. My name is Earl. I'd like to apologise for all I've done in this and my past lives. I'm sorry guys, I just say what I see. The catchphrase gone pasteurised. I never clean my act up, I don't filter or pasteurise. I satirise music with rhymes that satirise. I'm so cutting it's disgusting when I past lies. Maybe I overanalyse, but it's your silent escape. You're a musical prison, but I'm the file in your cake. You're admiring my cape, the superhero of rap. I killed a villain, sell a million, true De Niro I stack. Other rappers ain't jack, here's your trunk you can pack. I got squillet in my wallet and a monkey on my back. Cause success breeds jealousy, the elephant in the room. I don't listen to diss tracks, they're irrelevant to consume.
And I presume you're the one who thought